Karen Wellman, in your signboard is written, Hunt must go. Why?
Because he simply isn't bright enough to do this job. He's repeatedly made false accusations against junior doctors. He's falsified information to further strengthen his claims. And he simply has got it all wrong. He's completely out of touch with junior doctors. What we do, he hasn't been on the front line for weeks. He hasn't spoken to a junior doctor for weeks. He has absolutely no idea what it involves to be a junior doctor on the NHS in this day and age. Therefore, he simply must go.
How many hours are you working?
How many hours am I working at the moment? It's really variable depending on which rota I'm based on. My rota is supposed to be an average 48-hour working week. However, I'm frequently being asked to stay beyond my rotaed hours. I'm often being asked to fill in the rota gaps for people who haven't been able to fill the gaps on the rota. So often I found myself working in departments where there should be up to 8 SHOs on a rota, and they've only been hired for 6. So I've often been covering shifts that are more than what I get paid for.
And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce the Right Honourable Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell, who are going to speak to us.
Thanks, Kitty. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here today. Throughout the whole of my life, I've lived under the National Health Service. Everyone pretty well on this demonstration has never known anything other than a health service free at the point of use as a human right. It was one of the most amazing and great achievements of the post-war Labour government that developed an NHS during a time of deep austerity. But that NHS is under threat. It's under threat from the Health and Social Care Act. It's under threat of privatisation. It's under threat of sales of land and assets. It's under threat from a government that's more interested in attacking the core of the NHS, namely the junior doctors and all those who work with them, than supporting the NHS and people that keep us all alive. So I've come here today to say thank you to everyone who works in the NHS for all that you do, in whatever grade you are, whether you're a cleaner, a catering worker, a porter, a nurse, an auxiliary, a manager, or somebody working in the crucial areas of medical records and all the others. All of us have benefited from the skill of what are called junior doctors. In reality, they shouldn't be called junior doctors. They're highly skilled, highly professional people who've shown their utter commitment to our National Health Service. And it's utterly contemptible that the current Secretary of State for Health, who's had every opportunity... Don't worry, not all Jeremys are bad. Who's had every opportunity to negotiate an agreement with the junior doctors. Every conceivable opportunity. They are the ones who behaved in the responsible manner of saying they're there to defend the NHS. His response is to try and impose a contract and impose something on them. That is no way for a Secretary of State to behave towards one of the most crucial elements of the NHS workforce. Today, we're here to show our support for them and our support for our National Health Service. And say to Jeremy Hunt, the NHS is absolutely safe in the hands of those who work in it, the professionals who've given their lives to it, the junior doctors who work day in, day out to keep us all safe and healthy. It's not safe in the hands of a government that's more interested in attacking those who work in the NHS, selling off its assets and destroying the very principles of our National Health Service. Support the junior doctors, they are the core of the NHS. Support the NHS, it's the greatest achievement in this country, the most civilised institution we have, and the very basis of our human right to healthcare free at the point of use. Thank you very much.